Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss the arithmetic progression, which is a chapter of class 10th and in the higher studies you have to study. So I am going to talk from basic to the advanced to this chapter in the multiple videos. In this video I am going to introduce what is the arithmetic progression. Then after I will solve some interesting question, and all those questions which we have the 4 questions is asked the multiple time in the class 10th board examination in the 2024, 2017, 15, all those 4 questions. So this is going to be a very interesting video because you are going to also practice the PYQ, and I will make you concept to be very clear in this video, and something extra thing which you don't know about the arithmetic progression and which no one teaches you. So for this understanding the meaning of arithmetic progression, first you have to understand the meaning of sequence. So what is the meaning of sequence? Let's suppose a number 2, 4, 5. If you have right number, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if I will ask you, is this number are in sequence or is in sequence? So you will say yes. So what is the meaning of sequence? First of all, if you are able to tell the number which is going after this one, then it is called the sequence. So yes, this is the sequence and it is a set of natural number. As you are able to see that, first we have written the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and after the 6 what is going to have? So the 7, and after 7, 8. So if you are able to tell the next number which is going after this, then we will call them sequence. Let's suppose the another 2, 4, 6, then 8, then 10, then 10. And is this a sequence? Yes, is this a sequence? Because it is written even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and after 10 we have the 12. And let's suppose the another which is the 5, 3, 4, 9, 11, and what is going to next number? So you will not able to answer what is going to the next number because it is not written in any type of the sequence. This is why it is not a sequence, but this one is the sequence and this one is the sequence. So I think you get to understand the meaning of sequence. And so if you get to understand the meaning of sequence, then I am going to teach you the meaning of arithmetic. So what is the meaning of arithmetic? So arithmetic is a special type of sequence. As you also know that the written like this, the 3, 5, 5. Let's suppose the 3, 5, 7, and 11, 13, and then if I will write the 17, and if I am going to ask what is going to the next number, you will say it all those number are the prime number, and so this is going to be the 19 and then 23, like this it is going. So if you are able to tell what is going to the next number, then it is the sequence. Is this all the sequences are the arithmetic progression? No. So what is the meaning of arithmetic? So meaning of arithmetic I am going to teach you. Let's suppose we have the 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, and 12, and like this so on. So what is going to the next number? Next number is going to the 14. That means this one is the sequence because you are able to tell what is going to be the next number. But is this all sequence are the arithmetic or not? This thing you have to decide now. So how will you understand either this sequence are the arithmetic or not the arithmetic? So what is the meaning of arithmetic? So the meaning of arithmetic I am going to write here. Arithmetic, when a particular number is added or subtracted to get the another number, then we will call it is the arithmetic. So as you are able to see that we add the particular number to get the other. We add the 2 here, and in this we also add the 2 here. In this we also add the 2 here, and also add the 2 here and 2 here. So we are adding a particular number which is the 2, and if you are subtracting a particular number, then it is also called the arithmetic progression. So as you are able to see that we are adding a particular number. This is why it is the arithmetic sequence, and the meaning of progression I will teach you later on. So I think you get to understand. And if I will say is this one as you know that this one is the sequence, it is a sequence of the prime number, but this one is the arithmetic sequence or not. So as you are adding here the 2 to get the 5, you are adding here 2 also, and you are adding here the 2 also to get here you are adding the 4 to get the 11, and here you are adding the 2 to get the 13. So you are able to see that first you add the 2, second you add the 2, but third time you have to add the 4, and the fourth time you have to add the 2. So note you are adding a particular number because once get the 4, so it is not a arithmetic sequence. So is this one a arithmetic sequence? If you are adding here 1 and again 1 and 1 and again 1 and 1, and next to it you are adding the 1, so it is going to the arithmetic sequence, and it is going to arithmetic sequence. It is the sequence but not arithmetic, and it is not a sequence, so how can it be arithmetic? A sequence can only be arithmetic, because if it is not a sequence, so how can be arithmetic sequence? So I think you get to understand the what is the meaning of sequence and what is the meaning of arithmetic. And now I am going to teach you what is the meaning of progression. So if we have the formula to find the nth term of a sequence, then we will call it is a progression. Listen carefully. If we have the formula to find the nth term or any term, then we will call this sequence is an arithmetic, this sequence is in progression. So as you are able to see that, if I will tell you what is going to the this one is the first term, name as the A1, this one is the second term A2, this one is the third term, fourth term, and the fifth term, and the sixth term, and the seventh term. So what is going to be the eighth term? How will you find that? So if you are able to see that what is going to the eighth term, so as you are able to see that we have a common difference in which we are adding the 2, 2, and when we get the first term 2 into 1, we get the first term. If we have to get the second term 2 into 2 at the second place, and the common difference we get which is the 2, and at the third place 2 into 3. So as you are able to see that when you multiply 2 into the nth term, which term you have to get? Let's suppose we have to get the sixth term, then 2 into 6, which is the 12, which is going to the sixth term. If you have to find the fourth term, so fourth time we have the 8, but using the formula 2 into n, where n is the 4, so n is the 4, it is going to 8. So as we get to know that we have the formula of this sequence, so that we will call them as an arithmetic progression. We will name as in progression. So the what is the meaning of progression? If you get the formula to find the nth term, so we will call those sequences are in the progression. And if you are adding a particular number or subtracting a particular number, then you will call those sequences are the arithmetic sequence. And I think you get to understood the what is the meaning of sequence, arithmetic sequence, and the arithmetic progression. Now I am going to teach you some basic thing which is related to this chapter. So now I think what is the meaning of sequence, all you get to understood. So how we have to understand and how we have to approach or play with arithmetic progression. So let's suppose we have the 2, 4, 6 and then 8 and then 10. So it is the name as the AP. AP, that means it is the arithmetic progression. You could check also it is going to arithmetic progression because a particular number is added to get the next number. A particular number is added to get the next number. This is why it is an arithmetic progression. But now I am not going to talk about this because already I have talked multiple times to this. So what is the meaning of this one? So let's suppose this is going to the first term of this arithmetic progression. So name as the A1, and this is going to the second term. So name as the A2, and this is going to the third term. Name as the A3, and this is going to the first term. Name as the A4, and this is the fifth term. Name as the A5, and it will go until we not stop, and it is going to be the nth term, and name as the A of nth. This is going to the nth term because it is the infinite AP. infinite progression. So as we get to know, but now I am going to derive the formula of this one. So one term which you have to understood when you are driving the formula, derivation of the formula to this, meaning of common difference, that is denoted by the D. That means common difference. It is the meaning name as a common difference. What is the meaning of this common difference? So that means common, that means happens everywhere or the multiple time. You know the meaning of common, that means common, that means same in each thing and everything. And difference means subtraction or the difference between the two things, which is called the difference. So if you are adding the 2 to get the other number, the second number, and here you add the 2 to get the another number, and here you are also adding the 2, and here you are also adding the 2. These 2 which you are getting, that you add the number to get the another number or the next to this, that name is the common difference. So in this equation we have the common difference which is equal to the 2, because you are adding the 2 to get the other number. The common difference can be also like, let's suppose we have a series of 4, 2, and let's suppose the 10, 8, and then 6, 4. This is also a series in which the common difference is -2, because you are adding the 10 plus -2, then getting the 8, and then also here you are adding the 10 -2, then getting the 6. So how will you find the common difference? You get to understood the meaning of common difference, but how will you find the common difference? So we have a simple formula to find the common difference, that is a2 minus a1 like this. You have to take any two consecutive term of an AP, and then you have to subtract the larger to the smaller. Let's suppose we have these two term, one is the A1 and again one is the A2. So right here the A2 minus A1. So A2 we have which is the 4, A2 term which is the 4, and A1 term which is the 2, and this is going to the 2, and this is the common difference. And as I mentioned that if you want to find the common difference, you have to take any two consecutive term of an AP, then subtract from the larger to the smaller. Let's suppose from here you have to find the common difference. So as we get the two consecutive term, one is the A4 and one is the A5, and subtract the A5 minus A4, then you will get the common difference which is denoted by the symbol D. So the common difference is going to A5. A5 we have the 10 and the A4 we have the 8. So the D is going to be the 2. So just you have to, from anywhere you are calculating in AP, you will get the common difference, the 2, because the common difference remains the same in the AP, because you are adding a particular number to get the another number. So I think you get to understood what is the meaning of AP, what is the meaning of common difference. Now I am going to derive a formula. Let's suppose you have to find the A1, first term, the first term or the A, and A another thing which you have to remember, A that means the first term, in this one the common difference we have the 2, and in this the first term we have the also 2. Let's suppose the another AP 10, 8, let's suppose the another AP 1, 2, 3, 4, in which we have the common difference 1, because you are adding the 1 to get the another number, and the A means the first term. This is the A1, this is the A2, A3, but first term is the A1, so A1 is called the A. A1 is also called the A, so right here the A1 is called the A, in which the A1 we have the 2, but in this we have A1 is the 1. So now deriving the formula, if formula of finding the nth term. So if I will say what is the A term, what is the first term? First term you have the 2, which can be written as the A, because the A is the first term. And if I will ask you write like this, the A1, then A2, just I am going to erase here little bit so that I can derive the formula in more interesting way. So that what is here the A1? A1 we have the 2, A2 we have the 4. Now A1 can be written as the A also because it is the first term, and now A2 can be written as A plus B because A we have which is the 2, A that means the first term we have the 2, and the D in this we have also the 2, and 2 plus 2 4, and A2 is also 4, so it can be written as A plus D, and this can be written as A plus 2D because the A we have, A that means the first term we have the 2, and the D we have which is the 2, and into 2 which is going to 2 plus 4 which is equal to the 6, and the A3 is also the 6, so A3 can be written as A plus 2D. Now again this can be written as A plus 3D. So if you able to observe, you are getting a pattern that A can be written as A, and the A2 can be written as A plus D, and the A3 can be written as A plus 2D, and A4 can be written as A plus 3D. So what you are thinking that let's suppose you have to find the A3, then you write first the A and then you subtract the 3 minus 1 and just multiply by the D. So you are getting that. Here you what you do, just you write here the 1, then you if you have to find the A2, then you written here the A2 and then 1, you subtract the 1 and you multiply the D. That means you get like this one. Let's suppose you have to find the A5, that means A plus 4D, and how you get this? You get this when you add the first A and then you 5 minus 1, then you multiply this one, so you will get A plus 4D. Like this you have to derive the formula, so that let's suppose we have to find the nth term. As you are here finding the A2 term, this is one is the A3 term. So what you are doing, if you are finding the A3 term, you write down the first A and then you write the which is in the coefficient or the lower case of this, which is a 3, and then you subtract 1, then multiply D. That means A plus 2D. A3 can be written as A plus 2D. Here we have. So let's suppose you have to find the A n. So first you have to write the A, then plus, then you have to see the lower case which is the n, then you have to subtract minus 1, then you multiply the D, and this is what we have the formula of finding the arithmetic progression, and you get to understood how we get this formula, which is written as the an is equal to A plus n minus 1 into the D, which for this formula you have to use in this chapter to solve the hardest question of this chapter, and you will able to solve easily. And I think you get to understood how we get this formula. Now I am going to use this formula in solving the multiple question. So now I am making to erase this one and solve some basic question, then after moving over this advanced question. So we have the formula of nth term, which is the A plus n minus 1 into the D, which you have to remember and which is a very easy one formula. So for this I am going to write some APs and over which you have to use this formula. Let's suppose we have an AP name as the AP 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and up to the nth term. This one AP is an infinite AP. That means it is not going to stop anywhere. So that in this I feel this one is the first term and this is also called the A. This one is the second term, this one is the third term, this one is the fourth term, this one is the fifth term, and this one is the nth term. And if I will ask you to find somewhere lying between this thing, we have the A 20 term, we have also in between. So if I will ask you what is going to be the value of A20, as you know that value of A2 we have the 6, and value of A3 we have the 9, and value of A4 we have the 12. But if I will ask you value of A20, then how will you find? Just you will add a particular number to get. It will take a large time, so that we are going to find those A20 using this formula. So how will you apply? For this you have to find the A and D. A means the first term and D means the common difference of this AP. Then you will use this formula to find this one. So for this, in this AP you have to find the A, that means A1 term is called the A, that means the first term is called the A. So first term in this AP we have the 3, so A is equal to the 3, first thing you get. And then D we have then formula which I already proved you. You have to take any two consecutive term, that a consecutive term, and then you have to subtract the larger one by the smaller one. Let's suppose taking the first two term, then you have to just A2 minus A1, and A2 we have the 6 and A1 we have the 3, so the D is going to be 3, so right here the D is equal to the 3. So as you get the A which is the first term and the D which means the common difference, and when you get the two things and you could find the any term of the AP, so we have the formula A n is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So now as you have to find, what you have to find, the A20 term. You have the A, and at the place of n you have to write the 20 because you have to find the A20 term. So at the place of n you have to write the A20 and then again 1 plus, and when you write that at the place of n 20, then you have to write here also the 20. So 20 minus 1 again into the D. So A20 term, it is going to A. The value of A we have the 3 which already we have find, and 20 minus 1 which is going to the 19 into the D. So A20 term is going to 3 plus 19 into D. D we have the 3. So if you have to, so A20 term is equal to this is going to the 57 and this is going to the 3. So A20 term which is going to be 60. So if you will find the A20 term, you are going to answer 60. And I think you get to understand how we have to find any term of the AP using this formula. And this is why I am telling you, I will make your concept to be very rigid. Now as you get to understood, I am going to try some difficult question also over this concept. Then after I will move over this thing. So let's suppose an AP where the first term is the 10, second term is the 5, and then let's suppose the first term is the 20, then 15, then 10, then 5, then up to the infinity n term. Okay, this is going to the AP because we are adding a particular number. What we are adding a particular number, which is the minus 5. When you add the 20 plus minus 5, you will get the 15, in which you also add the minus 5 in 15, you will get the 10. So this is going to AP where you have to find the A5th term. So what is going to the A5th term? Using the formula you have to find. You will able to find easily now, but in the harder question you will not. You have to use the formula. So for this you have to find the A first of all. So A, that means this one is the A1, this one is the A2, this one is the A3, and this one is the A4. And somewhere here lies the A5 which you have to find in this one. So for this you have to find the A and D. So A1 is equal to A. The first term is called the A. So A going to the 20 because the first term we have the 20. Now we have to find the D. That means the common difference. And which formula we have? You have to take any two consecutive term and just you have to multiply by the greater one by the smaller one. Let's suppose as already we have find the multiple time by taking the first two. But now today I am going to find using this term. So as we get the two consecutive term A2, A3, A4. Now which one is the larger? A4 is the larger. So A4 minus A3 you have to write. So D is equal to A4, we have the 5, and then you have to subtract by A3 which is the 10. So D is going to be the minus 5. So as we get the A is equal to 20 and D is equal to minus 5, and when you get the two things you could find any term of this AP. So now we have to find the A5th term. So use the formula An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So we have to write at the place of n, we have to write the 5, then we have to write a, and then at the place of n we have to write the 5 minus 1 into d. So a5 which is going to be the a plus 4d, and a5 which is a we have which is the 20, so write here the 20, and 4 into d we have which is the minus of 5. So the a5 it is going to be the 20 and it is going to minus of 20. So a5 it is going to be the 0. So you are going, the a5 term is going to be the 0, and you could check also here as you are subtracting the minus 5 to get. So when you subtract the minus 5 you will get the 0, and this is what also we get through the formula. So this is how interesting going to happen this chapter. As you could see, it is like a magic happening here. So as you get to understood what is the meaning of AP, how we have to approach, deal with the AP. Now I am going to move over this question which is asked frequently in the board examination, and all those questions are the PYQ. So now moving over this, and only a basic formula which you have to remember in this chapter, which is the AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. This formula you have to use. Now solving this question, which term of AP, this is the AP we have written, the AP which we have given in this question, which is 21, 42 and 63 and up to the up to n. Okay, which term, talking about the term, which term of AP, of this AP is the 210. That means in this AP somewhere here lies the 210, and in this question you are asking about that is which term, that is the 210, which term is going, as you are able to see that it is the A1 term, it is the A2 term. So in this question asking about, as you know that A2 term is the 42, but here asking about the which term is going to 210. So how will you find? For this, if you get an AP, just you have to find first the A, that means the first term, and the D which means the common difference. Then I will see anything what question asks about this. So A, that means the first term which is the equal to A, and A which is going to the 21 because the first term is this one. Now you have to find the D, that means the A2. D is equal to A2 minus A1. So D is equal to A2, we have the 42 and then 21. So D is equal to 21. So as we get the two things, one is the A which is the 21 and the D which is the 21 also, as we get this one. Now we have to find the which term is the 210. Let's suppose it is the nth term where we get the 210. Nth term which is the 210. So we have the nth term which is the 210, because we don't know the value of n on which it is going the 210. So we let that nth term is 210 and write here the formula of an. An is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So at the place of anth you have to write the 210 because the anth is equal to 210. So it is going to A plus n minus 1 into D. So 210, and at the place of A you know the value of A which is the 21. So write here the 21 plus again n minus 1 into D, we have the 21 also. So now you get to this conclusion. Now you have to find the value of n. So write here the 210 which is, and now you, if you are able to see that for the better simplification, the 21 is going to the common. So write the 21 as in common, and then you will get here the 1 plus again here you will get n minus 1 into n minus 1, which is the very basic mathematics, and it will be cancel out. Then you get here that 10 is equal to 1 plus n minus n, like this. So the 10 is equal to A plus n minus 1. Now the 10 is equal to A minus 1 plus n, and plus minus will be cancel out. So n is going to be the 10. That means the 10th term of this AP, the 10th term, the value of n we get the 10th. That means the 10th term of this AP is going to be the 210. So the 10th term of this AP is going to 210. And if you want to recheck, is this really happening? So you can check also here. So as we have the formula AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So if you are finding the A term, A 10th term, you must get that 210. So A we have the 21, and again n we get which is the 10. So 10 minus 1 into the D which will be 21. So A 10th it is going to be the again 21 can be taken as the common. So here you are going the 1 minus 10 minus 1 again. So 21 is equal to 1 minus, here you are going the 9. So 9, so 21 here. So as you get here the 21 plus here the 10, that means the 210. And this is what we have to, as you get here the A10 term is the 210. So we also verify this, and I think you get to understood how and what question talks. And now solving the another question. This one is the very interesting one. So now solving the another one which is also going to more interesting than this one. So if a common difference, as we are talking about the common difference, that means the D. The common difference means the D. If the common difference of this AP is the 5, so we have an AP. If a common difference of this AP is the 5, we have given that, let's suppose an AP, we have then AP in which the term is the like this one, and we don't know what is this actually. But in this we have the D which is equal to 5 given in the question. That if the common difference of an AP, we have an any AP where the common difference is the 5. Now, then what is the value of A18? Then finding the value of A18 minus A of 13. So what is going to be the value of this one? Let's suppose this is equal to be the X. The value of A18 minus A13 is equal to the X. As we don't know the value, so let's suppose it is equal to X, and we have given that D is equal to 5. So we know that A18. So as we know that Anth term formula which is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, and when we write the 18 here, so A18 it is going to 1 A plus 18 minus 1 into the D. So A of 18 which is going to come 1 plus 17D. This is going to 17 into D. So A18 it is going to A plus 17D. Like this, the A13 you are going to get the A plus 12D. Like this as you get. So now we have to find the values of the X. So at the place of A18 you could write the A plus 17. So write here the A plus 17D, and then you have to minus sign, then you have to A13. At the place of A13 you could write the A plus 12D. So write here the A plus 12D which is going to equal to the X, and as we don't know the value of X, so simplify this A plus 17D minus A minus of 12D, because it will multiply both the side. So this one, so plus minus A will be cancel out. Now we will get the 7D minus 12 of D which is equal to X, and this is going to 5D is equal to X. So as we get to this conclusion, and now we know the value of D which is equal to the 5. So 5 into value of D is also 5 is equal to X. So the X is equal to 25. This is the answer we get. That means the value of A18 minus A13 which is going to be the 25 when the D is equal to the 5. And I think you get to understand what is the meaning of this question and how you have to proceed. It seems to be very difficult how we have to solve, but when you start approaching you get the answer very easily. So this is why it is called that in the mathematics you have to start, then only you will get the answer. So I think you get to understand this one. Now what is the common difference of an AP in which A18 minus A14 which we have the 32. So as we have a question, in this question asking about the common difference, the value of D, as we don't know, so we have something like this, and we have given that A18 minus a of 14 is equal to 32. So now we have given this one. Now simplify this one. Using this formula, a of 18, when you put the n is equal to 18, then you will get a plus 18. At the place of n you have to write the 18 minus 1 into d. So at the a18 is equal to a plus 17d. So like this you will get, like this you will get a14 is equal to a plus 13d. You could check also, like this you will get. Now you have the, at the place of a18 you could write the a plus 17d. So as we have the a plus 17d minus of, at the place of a14 you could write a plus 13d, a plus 13d, which is going to equal 32. Now you have to find the value of d. So as you will open this one, a plus 17d minus of a minus will be multiply. So minus of 13d is equal to 32 and plus minus will be cancel out. Now here you will get the 4d is equal to 32, because when you subtract the 17 minus 13d you will get the 32. Now the d is equal to 32 by 4. So d is going to equal to the 8, because in the 8 time it will be cancel out. So the value of d which you get, which is the 18, and I think this is the one of the most easiest question which is asked in the PYQ of the board examination, and you get to solve very easily. And now this one last question is for you, that this is the homework for you and you have to try by your own. Just not too afraid, just you have to try. If you are not able to solve, I will solve in the next video. And thank you for today.